Okay, so we talk about from time to time some of the stuff that's going on in the world of reality, and of course we've talked about that Honey Boo Boo. So over the weekend, I was looking at some of the, I was looking at a couple of the magazines I looked through for the show, and one of the ones that I came across had this article. And it was about these pageants like Honey Boo Boo with these little kids. And I'll be really honest with you, I thought this was like an isolated thing. Come to find out, it's pretty big. And that here in New England, it even is fairly pervasive. And I thought that one of the stories that they picked out that was really cool is that I heard from Leslie Irish is in this article. And she's local. So we invited her on Live and Local in the Morning. Good morning, Leslie. How are you?
Well, I'm good, Ben. How are you?
I am fantastic. So I was reading the article, and it talked about the Cinderella pageants. Your daughter, Sierra, was mentioned in this article. So why don't you tell us about Sierra and the pageant programs?
Well, my daughter, Sierra, is absolutely fabulous. She's 2. And she is just the perfect pageant girl. She was not available for Miss Cinderella last year because we were traveling. Mm-hmm. But this year we have high hopes that she will take the crown.
Now, I just want to go back. You said she's 2 years old.
Yes.
2 is in like between 1 and 3.
Yes.
Now, I have to say, well, I'm looking at some of the pictures. I'm actually on one of the websites, and there's quite a bit here that has little... these are little girls, and they got big hair and makeup, and it's kind of some of the outfits. I mean, they even have bathing suit portions of these competitions. You put your daughter through these, and I don't mean it to sound that way, but you're okay with some of the themes of some of these routines.
My daughter likes being in them. She absolutely adores being in them. She wants to be there. And I will tell you that finding a bathing suit at certain times of year around here is not the easiest thing. I, too, go on the Internet and find things. But I found that the Bedazzler works wonders on the swimsuits. It gets their attention. The judges look more closely at the girls with more sparkles. And, and the makeup, I have sparkles in the eyeshadow. And when she blinks, it gets in her eyelashes that have the mascara on them. And she's just beautiful when she's like that.
And so she's with other girls. They're doing their routine. Now, does your daughter, I mean, she's 2 years old. Part of these competitions are a talent portion. At 2 years old, what talent does she have?
I've started her on baton twirling. I've had to actually make a baton her size because I actually can't find one. I'm very distressed about that.
I'm assuming you're going to keep her in these pageants for some time to come.
Oh, absolutely. My other daughter, she went through the pageant circle when she was 2, and now she asks to go. And so it's just a thing that they do. They follow their sisters. They follow, and they're fiercely competitive. They are fiercely competitive with each other. I mean, you wouldn't believe some of the things that go on in the dressing rooms behind the scenes with these children.
Leslie, I don't know if I want to know what goes on with children in a dressing room, but I'll leave that one there. Leslie Irish is on the phone. She has a child who's in the New England Scholarship pageants. One of the things that I'm going to be honest with you, Leslie, it disturbed me. You mentioned in the article that you're actually contemplating plastic surgery or cosmetic surgery for your daughter.
Yes.
Isn't 2 years old a little young for that?
Well, you have to understand that pageants, there's so much involved with pageants, and there's so many things you have to do with and for your children because this is about them. That you have to find ways to make them more, I don't want to say marketable, but more pleasant to the eye for the judges, because when all's said and done, this is a beauty contest, and we are all about making our daughters beautiful.
She's 2 years old, and you're talking. Have you been able to find a doctor who would do cosmetic surgery on a 2-year-old?
Not yet, Ben, but I'm looking. So I'm I'm actually reaching out to your audience since you were so kind as to bring me on the show. I'm hoping to reach a larger audience and find out if maybe there's somebody in your audience that might know of a doctor who'd be willing.
Leslie, we'll put that out there. Leslie, we had talked earlier. You're okay with taking a phone call, right?
Oh, sure.
I have a caller, and the caller is Joan. She's in Springfield. Joan, go ahead.
I just, really, this is about the kid. I'm just so appalled that someone would subject their child to all of this just to satisfy some lack on the mother's part. I mean, she's just a little girl. I mean, she should be out playing and having fun and feel like she's loved for who she is, not some idea of what you want to turn her into. This is just so outrageous. It seems unbelievable that someone would go to such extremes.
All right, Joan, all right. Leslie, how do you feel about Joan's comments? How would you answer those?
Well, first, I'm taking a deep breath, and I'm realizing that Joan really doesn't know anything about what she's talking about. And there are people like Joan out there, and they have a right to spew their vitriol. But for my daughter, she is out there playing. She is out there competing. We are setting her up for her future. And by scholarships and well, if a TV show comes up about it by accident, we wouldn't say no. But she is out every day playing for 30 minutes. She has her own treadmill. She has her own bouncy ball.
Did you say she plays and she has her own treadmill?
Yes.
So the treadmill is part of her fun and this is a 2-year-old.
Ben, it's always about nutrition and exercise to keep yourself beautiful, not only on the outside, but on the inside.
Joan, or not Joan, I got Leslie on the phone. Leslie, in fact, I'm so taken aback, I mixed you up with the caller. Leslie, I'm just going to ask you, I don't know what to say. Is there anything you want to let our audience know?
You know, Ben, there is something I would like to let your audience know, and you specifically, and your audience. April Fools. Ben, this is Becky Byers with Valley Improv.
Becky, very good. So, Becky,
sorry about
no, you did great. It was fantastic. So, Becky, let's do this now with Valley Improv. You guys do a lot in the area, and we just thought that this would be a great day to have you come on. So, with that being said, why don't you talk a little bit about Valley Improv? Obviously, you guys have chops.
We do. All of us have regular daytime. We have to pay the bills with jobs, and the rest of the time, this is our artistic outlet. This is what we do, and we are a professional company. We are an improvisational company that, and basically for your audience who don't know, we're not stand-up. We are a group of people who get on stage, take suggestions from the audience, and then create comedy.
So, and that's kind of what we did here today. I had pitched the idea to you, and you ran with it. I mean, you guys do a good job, and you're excellent. You had me in tears laughing as we were going through this. I mean, some of the things you said were like, "Oh my God, this is golden." But I thought you're fantastic. So with that, we're getting tight on time. Becky, do you have any events coming up?
Then one of the things that we do as an improv troupe to go to perform and to entertain people, we do all sorts of things that you wouldn't normally think. Like, we have done corporate parties. We've done. We're just going to be doing a school coming up. And then we're going to be doing workshops for the school for the rest of the week. We do birthday parties. We do all sorts of things where people gather and can yell out suggestions.
That's awesome. So you're out for hire.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yes.
Well, I think that is fantastic, and the improv thing is pretty cool in the fact that it's unscripted and you guys just run. That's not easy to do, and it takes a great deal of talent to do that.
Well, thank you very much. And I appreciate the opportunity to come on your show. It was a blast.
No problem.